Okay, just in case you've forgotten how to make a foldable, I'm going to show you how. So take the lighter color of the two first. So this week you'll have yellow and green. So take the yellow, and you're going to fold it hamburger style. Okay, so I'm going to line them up. And I'm going to make sure that line is pretty much perfect, because this needs to be exactly in half. And crease it. Okay, make sure you crease it really well. Do what you got to do to make sure that's pressed in tight. My edges are even. Now I'm going to take it, flip it, pop it out the other way, and crease it again. Okay, I want this folded really nice. So do it a couple times just to make sure it can easily go both ways. And once you can pop it back and forth easy, you know you've done it enough times. So take one side of it, one side of the fold, and you're going to fold this piece down right to where that other line is. So line it up perfect. Get it as close to perfect as you can. Make your crease. And make sure it goes really tight again. Do the same thing, flip it over, crease it the other way, and again. Okay, and then now if I look at this, it folds back and forth really easy. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. So I now have two folds. I need one here too. So I'm going to have this in the center. I'm going to fold it to the center of the page until the edges line up. Get that creased really nice. Flip it over. Get it creased really nice. Okay, so now the way I know I've folded it enough is if I can sit it like this and then turn it over, pop it out the other way, set it back down. If it can stand both ways, then you've done it enough times. Okay, once I've done this, I'm going to set it aside for a minute. Then I'm going to grab the darker color. So the darker color, I'm going to start with the same step, hamburger style. So taking it, folding it this way. So it's hamburger style, not hot dog. I'm making the edges line up as close as I can so they're straight. Okay. Then I am creasing it. Do the same thing. Make sure you crease it really well. Flip it over. Crease it again. Flip it over. Crease it again. Now, do not use scissors for this part because you want this line, it has to be perfect. It has to be completely straight. So you're going to now take it. You can easily flip it both ways. You're going to run it along your tongue very lightly. So don't make out with it. Just a little bit. Just enough to get it a little bit moist. Flip it. Do the same thing. Okay, and you should be good. Now what I like to do is I can see that it's a little bit darker here, so I know I didn't do too much, otherwise it would have really dark marks. So I'm just going to start it, put my hand right along the line, and gently tear to get that perfect line. And now my pieces look pretty decent. It's a perfect line. Okay, they're a little bit sticking out here, but that's fine as long as it's a straight line. So you only need one of these. So give your other half to someone else and keep one for yourself. Now, this time we're folding hot dog style. So I'm folding it so it's going to be long ways. And let's get this to line up. It's not lining up pretty well. And then I'm going to do the same thing with my folding. Make sure it's folded really well. Flip it. Crease it again. Flip it, crease it again. One more time. And then same thing, I'm just going to gently lick the crease so that it's easier to tear. Okay. Okay. All right. Start my tear. It's not the end of the world if you mess this up. It just looks nicer if it's not. So I have a pretty straight line. Now you're going to need both of these. So now I'm going to take this yellow sheet back. And if I look, the width of this green sheet should pretty much match the same because I folded it the same. So where I have this crease right here, it should pretty much match and be able to fit right over that. Okay, so I'm going to take this yellow sheet, and it stands up both ways. I'm going to fold it like this so I can see both sides, and I still see that line where it's creased. Now I want to have 5 flaps on the folded side. So this is where my flaps are. So I want to have 5 flaps here. To do that, I'm going to make 4 cuts. So I get 5 flaps. I'm going to cut just a little bit past this line so there's room to weave through the other pieces when I get to that step. So I'm going to go just a little bit past that line and make 4 cuts. They don't have to be perfect. Space them out so they're a little bit even. But I'm cutting on the folded side, and I'm doing a straight line, and I'm cutting just a little bit past that line. So there's 1 cut, a little bit past that line, 2, 3, and 4. So I have 5 flaps. Now this flap's a little bigger than this one. It's totally fine. I've got about even flaps, so they're 5. So when I open it up, it should only be open in that center area to just a little bit past that line. So it looks like this. Okay, what I'm going to do with these green sheets, the darker color, I'm going to weave it through one of the sides here. So weave it through, up, down. Okay. So it should fit pretty nicely on one side. Okay, now, when you weave the other one through, you can't go in the same way. So I can't go in right there. I have to start on the other side so that it'll look like that. So now it sort of looks like a checkerboard in the middle. Okay. I can fold these and the pieces fit nicely. So they still fit in there. You should be able to fold it both ways. Okay, so what you'll do, let me grab a pen really quick. So what you'll do is on the front side, or your first side, you're going to go ahead and just write DEF in each of the boxes so it looks like that. Okay. DEF. And you want to make sure this is lined up when you do this green sheet and it's not sticking out too far on one side and not the other.